we'll do, we'll quickly go and buy some beer before there's a barley shortage in the world. We'll get a slug gun.
Yep.
We'll go and buy a box of Q-tips, like cotton tips.
Yeah, righto.
Wet them up, and then we'll just have a good old heave-ho at the Furby.
Shoot it.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
I'd be down for that.
Because when you think, though, these toy manufacturers, they think of everything. Tonka set the benchmark for, you know what, kids aren't going to be able to break these things. Like, they tested it like four-wheel drives backing into them, and kids ride them down the street. Some of the big Tonka stuff. You cannot break a Tonka truck.
No.
You cannot break it.
You know why it's called Tonka?
Why?
Because that's the noise it makes when a 2-year-old child smashes you over the head with one of their trucks.
Get Tonka on the money to go, if you want this toys to last forever, you need to come over in here and have a word with us.
Yeah.
Get that sorted out. That would be the job. Wouldn't that be the job? Mr. Az, it's your job to see if you can break this toy.
Yeah, I could get behind that.
I used to rip the arms off my He-Man and swap them around. So He-Man, I'd give him Beast Man's arms, and you'd bastardise them. It sort of makes me look like Sid from Toy Story 1, you know what I mean? He lived next door to Andy. That'd be the good job, just to see if you can break stuff.
Bust it.
Now, there is one continuous toy that is still sold nearly everywhere, especially Big W. Our local Big W, drop in there and I walk past, there's a big bin of them. And it's those dinkies.
The dinkies.
The dinkies, the little plastic bike things
those, yeah.
Kids get in and they get 1-2 leg push bursts of acceleration, and then they've got to go and do it again. You can't break those things. The weather cannot break down those things. These things are here to stay. I would in fact say if you put a Land Cruiser in the desert next to a dinky, I reckon the dinky in 50 years would be in much better condition than that Land Cruiser.
It probably would, because you don't need to schedule service a dinky, though, do you, really? Like change the oil?
No, buy the brand new dinky, buy the brand new Land Cruiser. You put those things together in the harsh Australian weather, like we're doing one of those paint ads, okay? Like you're going to do one of those paint ads, sit it there, the dinky will come out looking better in the end than that car, guaranteed.
Yeah, and you can still ride the dinky. The Land Cruiser would probably be stuffed.
Billion dinkies, billion Land Cruisers. But those things, I would imagine, because you can swing them around, they've got steering arms on them.
Yeah, you can get some mad...
You'll shatter a shin with that.
Yeah, and if you don't shatter someone else's shin, you'll break your own head falling off it.
I don't like those battery-powered cars that they have now. They've got little Barbie Jeeps and stuff like that, and you got to charge it up, and then it goes... It makes that noise. That just annoy the crap out of me.
Really, really quick aside about those battery-powered cars. This is for the more nerdy side of the audience. There's a guy on YouTube called Linus who does lots of random stuff and does computer shows, but he actually got his kids cast-off Jeep things, the little things, and he worked out that there's no circuitry in it, so the electric motors are either on or off, and what makes them go is how much volts you put through the motor.
Oh, dear.
So he ordered some of these batteries they put in Teslas and like a voltage regulator and stuff, and he jacked one from 13 volts to like 48 volts, and this thing was like popping wheelies with him in it, and he was like drifting around the car park. It was amazing. The motor only lasted about 5 minutes, but it looked sick.
I did see something on the internet actually today when I went down the wormhole that is YouTube, that a bloke put a twin turbo on one as well.
Nice.
I don't know how it actually worked due to the construction of that, but anyway, a twin turbo on a kiddie's pedal car.
I'd give it a go.
I've seen kids run over their siblings in that thing. Back to the penguins. They're not real penguins. So if you're heading to England and you feel like you're going to have a stopover at Telford, Shropshire, then don't even waste your time. The penguin enclosure is fake. Don't even waste your money. Don't go to the zoo. I'd actually like to know, to be perfectly honest, don't know why I did that, why it was so hotly anticipated to see penguins. Don't they have penguins in the North Pole? Or is it just...
No, there's no penguins in the North Pole. They're all in Antarctica.
Okay. Don't they have penguins in Madagascar?
In the movie.
Disney lied to me. What a shock. Don't go to Telford. That shit.
Loose talk, even looser opinions.
This is the best show on earth.
This is The Burble.
Speaking of shit, did you hear about Bindi Irwin, Benny?
Hey, wait.
I know.
Wait, she is a national treasure.
She is a national treasure.
You cannot put shit and Bindi Irwin in the same sentence. I'm sorry.
Well,
I've interviewed Bindi Irwin. I think she is a top person.
She is. And apparently during a live question and answer on Facebook, her brother, Robert, little Robert, who's not so little anymore.
Not so little anymore. He's his star in his own right now. He was on Jimmy Fallon not long ago.
Oh, nice. I missed that. I'll have to...
Jimmy don't like hanging with the animals. Like, he's a real scaredy cat. At least, like, Letterman or someone like that will actually pat and play with the animals.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And get into it. Jay Leno did as well. But anyway, go on.
Anyway,
go ahead.
Anyway, so on this Facebook question and answer, old little Robert dropped a deep, dark secret about Bindi.
That is?
Well, she imports specialist toilet paper from the US to the Australia Zoo. So that's what I'm talking about Bindi and shit. Now, she is a national treasure, and, well...
She is a treasure.
Part of that treasure is her date, and she's obviously looking after it, but... I don't understand why she'd need to import toilet paper. Like, we've got sorbent, 3-ply, 4-ply, like eucalyptus infused with aromatherapy and maybe not eucalyptus.
I was going to say, if it was tea tree oil, then you could put that back. That's a pucker up moment.
You know, there's plenty of things to keep your rosebud nice and shiny over here.
Nice.
Realistically, like, to quote her father... Crikey!
Do you know what? I reckon if Steve Irwin was still alive, he'd be sitting Bindi down to be like, right, Bindi, what the are you doing important? We should be Australian made. We should be focusing on Australian products. Don't go and get what the Americans have. This could be a good opportunity for an Australian toilet paper manufacturer to get Bindi on board. She could be the face of their version of shitter paper.
Absolutely. This is the brand that Bindi prefers.
I would love to. This could open up a whole bunch of topics, like on talk television shows and all that kind of thing. So Studio 10, I'm sure that show's still running. God knows why. And then you've got Denise Drysdale or something like that going, so Bindi, do you scrunch or fold? Like, we're really getting out of brass tacks. That's the kind of stuff that we need to know.
Absolutely.
That's journalism at its best. Good on you, Channel 10.
Absolutely. Well, she could get a new show, like in the same vein as her father.
Well, hang on. There is a new show coming, but it's...
All right, but I reckon, you know, there's at least 1 or 2 good seasons in the Dingleberry Hunter. Crikey, look at the size of that Klingon. We're going to need more than 3 plies to get that off.
Just before they go to break, they can break down to see what Bindi had for dinner 3 days ago.
Yep, and they can track her.
Yep, Bindi's had corn. Yeah. Robert revealed that the brand of toilet paper we're talking about is called Charmin brand toilet paper, and it's from the US, and she gets it imported now. Obviously, she was using it when she was over there. And you know what? She won Dancing with the Stars in America.
Right.
They love her in America.
What, she win a lifetime supply of toilet paper? Like, it'd want to be good. It'd want to hold you and tell you everything's going to be all right after you've had a big one. You know, one of the kinds of poos that killed Elvis, where you've got the veins popping out in your forehead. This toilet paper would want to comfort me after that. Usually that comes the day after I reach peak beer.
This is The Burble with Benny and Az.
As you're kind of really big into photography. I know that every time that we go camping, you and some of the other boys, all the cameras come out if it's a nice night. Up they go. You'll do some time-lapse photography of stars, all that kind of thing. You're addicted to it.
I love a good photo. I absolutely love taking photos. Now, there is one thing I don't like taking, though. Being someone of my age and cantankerous nature, I'm sure you can guess what it is.
Trying to take photos over the top of people's heads, because that's an impossibility for you.
Oh, I see how we're going. It's going to be personal attacks now, is it?
That's fine.
No. Well, what I don't like, I don't like taking photos of my food.
Oh, my God. What about selfies at the gym?
There we go. There's the other one. The selfie. Can't stand a selfie.
Just the selfie or the selfies in the mirror at the gym?
I don't know.
There's no one here to see me work out.
I haven't been to a gym. Well, last time I went to the gym is when I rang Jim's Mowing to come and mow the lawn because I was too fat.
Well, there's a location that's used now in nearly every single car commercial that's on in Australia, okay? People can't get enough of this location. I'm talking about the iconic Seacliff Bridge. It's in northern Illawarra, about an hour south of Sydney, and it's been a bit of a tourist draw card since it opened about 13 years ago. So you know the one that's around the cliffs, and they had to get the road there, and it looks great, and they use it in a whole bunch of car commercials. You know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's
The
picturesque.
secret. It is rather picturesque. But what's actually happening is that people are risking their lives going to the top of the cliff above the road. Tragically, a man in his 20s, he was up there walking with friends near the bridge when he slipped and fell 40 metres down below to his death. He died at the scene. Now, people have said, don't go up there and take photos because it could lead to your death, but people stupidly are still doing it as.
Well, I wouldn't call it stupid. I'd probably call it natural selection.
I wouldn't.
Like, if you're dumb enough to crawl up a bloody sheer cliff and hang on to some weeds growing out of a rock to take a photo so you get 5 more Insta followers, then fall off the damn wall. I don't really think that you add anything to our gene pool.
But would you, honestly, would you take a photo from up there?
God, no.
You wouldn't trek all the way up there just to take a picture?
I can't climb a set of stairs, let alone a mountain. You know what I'd do, Benny? You know what? I'd buy a damn drone and fly the damn thing up there to get my photo. See, work smarter, not harder. That's a nice photo, though.
So you just get the drone to take the photo, but the drone's not going to have a camera on it that's, really spot on, is it?
Yeah. You get some sick cameras on drones now, like 4K cameras and nice things and stuff.
What's a location that you've always wanted to take a photo of, but you have never been able to be able to get there to take that photo? And don't say supermodel.
Elle Macpherson? No. Uluru.
Oh, okay, Uluru.
Yeah, I'd absolutely love to go to Uluru and get the sunrise and the sunset, because apparently it changes colour all the time.
With a drone? Or?
Well, yeah, I think I'd do the normal shots from the ground with my camera, and then I'd fly the drone up there and take the other shots, because it's not cool to go walking on the rock. That's a thing that you shouldn't be doing anymore, and it's going to be phased out anyway.
Haven't they already phased it out?
They've asked people very politely not to do it anymore, but most people are assholes and still climb, and they're actually going to ban it from next year.
Haven't they taken the chain link part off the rock, though?
Yeah, but people climb up sheer cliffs to get 4 more Instagram followers, so what's going to stop them climbing up a rock?
There's a term that they're now actually using as, it's called selfie side. So people have got the phone, they've got their focus on taking the perfect photo, but they don't have the focus on where their feet are.
And walk off a cliff.
And they accidentally walk off cliffs. It happens everywhere.
Yeah, but I mean, at least the forensic investigators have like half a dozen photos on the way down.
Scientists are calling for no selfie zones to be put in place at popular tourist attractions in the world. Get this as, I know you like your numbers. A new study's found that selfies have claimed the lives of 259 people around the world between 2011 and 2017. 259 people have lost their lives due to selfies.
That's a lot of people, really.
That's a lot of people.
Actually, this brings me to something I was reading not long ago. They actually had to put up a no selfie zone. And do you know where they had to do that? It was one of the most solemn and confronting places in the world. They actually had to put up signs saying no selfies, please.
And where was that?
That was at Auschwitz. And people were going there and taking selfies underneath the sign that says Albrecht Nacht Frei. And, in the there's no easy way to say it, in the oven rooms, taking selfies and, being all happy. And look at me, I'm in a death camp. And they had to put signs up. And then, it was this dude who started trolling Instagram and finding all of the people that were taking the selfies in Auschwitz and superimposing the old World War II photos into the background. So if you had someone standing like in, where they bunked all of the prisoners, he actually put a photo of all of the prisoners behind them. And then made it all black and white. So it looked like the person that had taken the photo was actually there when it was happening. And then
that's a bit morbid.
And then put it back up on their Instagram or Twitter or whatever to actually show them that it's not cool to be doing that. And there was one, and it's a bit confronting, and in content warning, there was one where someone was jumping in the air and he actually superimposed her on, like she was jumping on one of the tops of the piles of bodies they discovered.
Oh, my God.
But no, that's fair enough. I think there's a time and place for a selfie. A selfie should be taken in a pub at 10 past midnight, singing Khe-Sanh, and at no other time ever. There's no reason to be taking selfies in solemn museums and places like that.
Wow. I can't.
Sorry, I brought the mood down a little bit,
You
but
kind of brought the mood down there a little bit, and I'm just putting a warning out right now to Toyota when at the end of their commercials where someone's jumping, you'd want to watch out because someone could do something really bad to them.
This is The Burble with Benny and Az.
As I'm about to talk about something that actually happened, and I'm going to use